Dude,
Guys, welcome to the show.
dude, can we be called Buffalo Soldiers from now on? Is that a thing?
Okay, only if you explain what Buffalo Soldiers is.
Well, it's a black.
I know it's Bob Marley.
It's a black
song.
thing. That's the problem.
Is it?
Yeah, Buffalo Soldiers was the name of like African soldiers who fought for the U.S. and like out west.
Uh-huh.
And
So
the Indians called them Buffalo Soldiers.
So straight up, we can't be called that.
Probably not. No, but I would
But,
like to be.
let's just say that they're obviously rad.
I would like to be.
Okay, well,
Guys, welcome to the show.
Guys, the results are in. All right, you guys listened to last week's debate between me and Baz, and the viewer decision is final. It's that Tom C is too handsome. It's in a unanimous vote. Y'all voted I'm too handsome to be on a video game show, and you know what? I always kind of knew it, but I still come every week.
What does this mean for the Suns now that you've been voted number one Handsy
Well,
boy?
as you may have heard about my number one Handsy boy thing, I've been telling you what I've been up to, guys, since the vote came through. I've been cold calling every agency in London about, I've been like, hey,
Insurance agency?
modeling agency, obviously.
Oh,
and they say we would be interested in you not calling back, and I say I take it. I'll take that job. And guys, I feel like I'm finally reaching my dream of being not in contact with those people, and it's all thanks to my debate last week with Baz.
Dude, well the thing is, you're doing what it takes some models years to do, where you're turning your back on the modeling system.
Yeah,
you're getting ahead of the curve.
Well, we like to call it indie modeling, right?
Yeah, that's
what it
you're
is.
doing.
Is you wear normal clothes and you go about your normal life, and you sneak in the poses, and nobody takes your picture, and there's no money involved.
Dude, that's not even like indie. That's like underground modeling.
Yeah, we're kind of like the Velvet Underground of underground modeling.
I'm not sure if I would go that far because the Velvet Underground kind of sucked.
Yeah, this sucks too, though. That's how it relates.
Oh, then in that case, you sound right on.
Yeah, and everything's going great.
Well, I have to ask then, does that affect your?
I'm still on the show, aren't I?
Well, I don't know. Maybe this is your last week.
Oh no, how many?
You've been so busy with your underground modeling.
Listen, we all know we have a strict 5,000 episode contract, and it's only episode 70.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's gonna, I can't really embrace my modeling career until we get well, we could just do it over the internet, but models don't use the internet.
No.
And
they have other people using it for them, I think.
Yeah, because you don't want to ruin your hands on the keyboard.
Especially if you're a hand model.
Well, the thing is, full models, as we're called, model everything, including the hands.
Yeah, but I feel like you could get away with having a slightly, not perfect hand. If you're a model. No, they call those no handies, and they're very undesirable in the modeling community, which I'm absolutely a member of. Would you call them no handies, even if they have hands?
They have hands, but you don't want to take a picture of their hands. They're called no handies.
Oh, well.
Yeah, because their hands are gnarly, dude. They're full Gnarls Barkley. You can't get into that.
Yeah, but what if the world's best chess model had gnarly hands? Is that a problem?
They're gonna cut it off. Like, you know how when people can't draw hands, they're like always a picture like a guy slightly hands out of frame. That's what it's like with these people with the no handsies.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's similar for no footsies, with people with ugly feet, and similar to no facies, which is you see those a lot in like Calvin Klein ads, where a guy's head will be cut off. He's decapitated for the shot, and his family sent a check afterwards. I'm not interested in that kind of modeling yet, because I still plan on living. And thanks, though, for the offers. I've gotten plenty of offers for that.
But what's important is that you tried.
Yeah, I think so, too. Guys, there's big news besides my explosive entrance to the modeling community, and that's something that everyone's not going to believe. And by everyone, I mean just you. Because there's a big...
Am I going to believe it?
No. There's been a big announcement like today, which is that Steam has basically invented it, or not invented.
Oh, yeah. I just saw this.
Yeah, they now have announced a Steam operating system.
Yeah, Steam OS,
which will be because there's like 3 big announcements coming. It's most likely going to be leading to the creation of
Gabe Newell's getting married.
Yes, that's number 2.
Oh, I thought that would have been number 3.
He's marrying a clone of himself. Don't say it. No, the hilarious thing is, because number 2 is probably going to be the Steam box, which everyone is expecting, which is basically like a standalone, not console, but like
it would be like a Roku kind of.
It'd be, yeah, kind of. It's kind of like a small computer specifically made for the operating system, but also for streaming from another computer. But everyone's calling it the Gabecube, which is really funny to me.
Oh, that's really funny too.
And I feel like if they don't call it that, they're really missing like a huge opportunity for me to laugh all the time, which I guess isn't profitable in the long run, but in my heart it is. Anyway, so what is your opinion on this thing? Here's my opinion. I don't really care because I'm going to keep using Windows. So
yeah, I mean,
thanks.
Here's the thing.
Also, I'm not some kind of like cretin who requires some kind of magic box to get my computer on the TV. I can do it with a cord.
Yeah,
we have a cord for that. I don't understand. I'm sure it's going to be successful in some regard.
What
but
I'm assuming the Steam box will do, and I don't know this for sure. What I'm assuming that it was actually an idea I had a long time ago.
Right, for a box that steams vegetables.
Yeah, you put broccoli. It only steamed broccoli when I thought of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, they definitely built off of your idea a lot and made a video game thing.
No, I actually had an idea for this a long time ago.
Really?
Would be a streaming computer thing, because I'm assuming what it actually does, what the purpose of it is, it's that you can take your computer wherever you go. Basically, leave it on, and if you're in like in a Wi-Fi accessible area, say you're staying in a hotel, and you're like,
I like this idea a lot.
You're like, I'm staying in a hotel. You only just bust out the old Gabecube, hook that up to the computer, and computer at home will just stream all the games from here.
I'm not sure it doesn't do that, and it seems sensible to me.
I'm assuming that's what its main purpose is.
The way I read it so far was that it was for connecting through your own network, but there's no reason why it couldn't do it over a Wi-Fi network if you had it set up right. I'm thinking.
I could be wrong, but that's an idea I had a long time ago.
It's possible it's only hard cables, like Ethernet cables and stuff.
Then what would even be the point?
Oh, no, there's no way that's the case. Sorry, that'd be stupid.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
I mean, theoretically, if it exists the architecture to do it wirelessly in your own house on your own network, I don't see why they couldn't make a thing to make it go outside that. It would obviously be super convenient, and it doesn't take away from Steam's bottom line at all, because you're still buying the games on a Windows computer,
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty solid thing. It's cool. There's still a lot of stuff about it, but like...
I mean, I am interested in the fact that Valve is getting into hardware. That is interesting.
Well, they haven't announced it yet. So by the time this comes out, guys, they may have announced it, because I think the announcements are it's happening this week. Like, so you guys aren't going to hear all the things from us, just this thing that just happened today.
Yeah, but here's the thing. And
the Gabecube is very, it's most likely, that's what everyone's predicting will happen.
Here's the thing, though. And we talked about this a little bit. And we talked about this actually a little bit last week as well. Does Valve need to do that, though? Does Valve need its own operating system? Does Valve need its own semi-computer console thing?
It's kind of a political reason more than you think, because like recently there's been a lot of weird stuff going on with Xbox One and like the architecture they use for games, and like they want to try and get away from stuff like DirectX and like to be less controlled by the Microsoft way of making games, because they've been like talking with like about Sony and stuff and how they're planning on porting more things to them because they want to get away from Windows as a whole, and like Microsoft as a whole. So the Steam operating system is using Linux, which is free for everybody. Blah blah blah. It's a pretty well known thing, but I want to say it's mostly an effort to try and get away from Windows.
Yeah, but how many people do you think are going to adopt it?
No, theoretically, you'd have both. I think they just want to be able to make something without having to ask Microsoft for permission first.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean? They want to be able to sell this box and not be like, well, it has Windows on it too. Like, it's not a computer. It's specific to this thing, and they don't have to worry about that part of it.
True. So you don't think that people run SteamOS on their computers?
No, it's specifically for I want to say a living room PC, air quotes, but not air quotes because that's exactly what it would be.
All right.
Because there's always been this idea in the like tech market, or not tech, like computer enthusiasts market of having like a media PC, which I've never seen anyone actually do, but you always hear people like, that's my media PC, which is just like something you have in your living room that you play your Japanese porn off of.
Yeah.
To your TV. Yeah. It's just like a little computer that's, you just have out. That's not your main computer.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anyone doing it besides computer enthusiasts or rich people. But that's the idea that this would be like. It'd be basically its own console, just in a more convenient place that can stream from your real deal machine.
Right.
Which it's not a stupid idea. It's not.
No, and people will buy it.
But the other thing they're saying is theoretically this device will be, because of how Linux works, games potentially could be more optimized for it because it doesn't have to run the behemoth of Windows at all. Which I don't know how that's going to work. But that's been something that's been thrown around too. Guys, I'm talking a little bit out of my butt in some of these things.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I know they announced SteamOS, but other than that, I don't really know.
Yeah, there's 3 big announcements coming, which proves that Gabe Newell can count to 3, which we're all surprised about.
I wasn't that surprised.
It's a joke because they never announced Half-Life 3.
Oh, right.
But it's sorry to have to explain it to you. It's like a frog, you know. They croak all the time. Anyway, do you not know that joke?
No.
A joke is like dissecting a frog after you open it up, the frog's still dead.
You mean explaining a joke is like dissecting a frog?
Yeah, whatever. Whatever, man. You should have known the expression. The point is, people are wondering.
But if you dissect a frog, it wouldn't go croak because hopefully it's already.
The joke
dead.
Was that I was saying it was something else than the expression at all. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
When you stop my joke, it's like dissecting a frog, you know. Anyway. Yeah, so the thing is, there's going to be 3 announcements. There's some kind of dumb
How many announcements are there going to be?
3.
Okay.
People are saying it's probably going to be Steambox, and which would be like the computer, because that's not really a thing that's been announced yet.
Yeah.
Just the OS has been announced so far. And people are also saying it's going to be Half-Life 3, but they always say it's going to be Half-Life 3, and it never is.
Yeah, they always say Half-Life 3.
But there's a lot of people saying that a big release like that would make the Steambox very profitable at launch, though.
Dude, what if he's announcing the new Steam Autumn sale?
I think that would be terrific. I think I'm going to go, and I think I'm going to go with your initial assumption, which is that he's getting married.
Yeah, that's probably
He might actually already be married.
He's probably married to his work.
Yeah, he's definitely married to that. I want to say he's probably getting married and having a kid at the same time.
Wow.
It's
fast.
a big year for Gabe Newell. He's making the Steam thing, but then he's making some Steam babies. You know?
Is that what you call them?
What else would you call them?
You call them half-Gabes.
I like that a lot.
Right?
Guys, whoever's writing the naming conventions, you got to get on that one.
Somebody profit that.
Anyway, guys, I can't speak too much because I don't know that much about it yet, but that's just the general idea of it so far. It's big news. I don't intend on buying anything like that, though, because I still have a computer.
It's big news, not for me. I don't much care for it.
I think it's for people who just wanted to give Gabe Newell some more money, which I do, but I don't really because I don't have that much money.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's for people with too much money.
Unless he starts selling like Steam brand turkey I could buy and eat. That'd be terrific, honestly. I would love that. If he's like, here's Gabe Newell pizza, I would buy that. I would support him in that way.
Papa Newell's a pizza.
That'd be terrific, but I can't just buy another random computer to be 4 inches away from my other computer that's attached to this TV right now.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, I think I'm not going to get one because.
Yeah, why would you? Pro tip: they pimped out this big picture thing that Steam has, which is basically allows you to Steam more like a console thing. Allows you to navigate with a controller. I don't even use that, even though I'm on the TV. So whatever, man. It's not a bad idea. There are people who will buy it, but I'd like to see more of what they're going to announce, and we just don't know yet. So that's it.
Just
that's it.
Be on the lookout for announcements.
Guys, here's what you got to do: is you got to go watch the news and then make a podcast for us to listen to about what the stuff was, and then we'll make another podcast.
Then we'll make a podcast discussing your podcast,
and that's what we'll do. We'll call it podcast. Sons of podcast. Anyway, whatever. That's all we got for that. Guys, this week I'm going to talk about it right now because I don't know what else to talk about. I discovered this magic tool, guys, which has allowed us to play Borderlands 2 again. Yay! Now, here's the deal, guys. As you may know, I have the PC version of Borderlands 2. You didn't know that. Sorry, I just made that up.
But you didn't make it up. That is a fact.
I made up that they would know it. So here's something you may know.
I got you.
Anyway, I found that for some reason in the PC versions of games, they love to not include a local split screen, like where it would go like 2 players on the same screen, right?
It's because I think they assume most people are playing with
single player or on the internet
or with their keyboards.
Yeah,
and they only have one input.
But this is a common PC thing, and it's terrible and just awful. But I recently discovered a tool on the internet that someone made. I don't know who made it, but it's on like the Gearbox forums that allows you to do a split screen version of Borderlands 2, and it's totally sweet, and I'm in love with it. I'm in love with it, guys.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
And what it does is it runs 2 separate instances of the game, and then basically sort of creates a virtual network in order for them to both be able to join each other in a LAN situation. And this is super neat because it allows us to play a game together that we should have been able to play anyway. And it also makes me kind of annoyed because I wish Borderlands just came with this. But
I wonder if that would work for like Dead Island.
The games it says it supports right now because it's not like a real pro tool. It's like something some guy made up.
No, it's a hack essentially.
Yeah, he's the ones that they confirmed it working for is Borderlands 2, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and Resident Evil 5, which I didn't think about before, but was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, well, we had talked about possibly trying to find a split screen for Resident Evil 5 a while ago.
Well, now we did, son.
That's true. We did, dude. We did that.
Luckily, I'm in no mood to play 5. Because, guys, next story, I recently tried out Resident Evil 6, and I'm going to be honest, I don't care about it at all. It's not, like, I played it with a friend, and it just was not fun for me.
Dude, I just don't care about Resident Evil, like, at all, period.
Dude, we used to play quite a bit of them.
We used to play a lot of 4.
We used to play 4, which is one of the greatest games of the previous generation, if not the best. And we played a lot of arcadey rail shooters on the Wii that are Resident Evil games.
Those barely count.
They count. We had a lot of fun.
Those
Don't you turn your back on them.
Those barely... I'm just saying they barely count as Resident Evil games. They were fun games.
They were the story of Resident Evil.
They were.
Well, I never played any other ones, really. Besides,
I didn't really either. I don't really have much interest.
We played 5.
Yeah, but 5 wasn't that great.
Yeah, and 6 is only worse, guys.
Like, what did you do in?
Well,
6
we started.
So
we only played the tutorial mission, which is Leon being sad or whatever, and then we played the Leon and Helena campaign, and it just like it's like the full time. It's just not fun. Like you have your guns and you're shooting the zombies, but the zombies like don't respond in a fun way to being shot. They're like, okay, I got it. I'm being shot. I'm gonna still come at you though.
Yeah, that's what sucked about 4 because it was always like, I'm putting all these rounds in, and you're like, ouch, zombie.
But it's far worse in this one because like in 4 you'd aim a shot to try and get him to stagger so you could do stuff. In this one they kind of don't stagger, but also you already have a designated melee button now.
Right.
Like now you can just punch and kick people, which is all I ended up doing because it's funny.
Yeah.
And so like if you ever just see a zombie, you can just sock him in the face, and that's it.
And why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Also, they made healing significantly worse. It's like the worst thing in the world now. Because let me tell you how it works.
Please.
Okay, instead of a health bar or like a circly gauge you used to have in like 4, mind you, it's now like six blocks, let's say. And you get hurt in blocks, right? Like one hit's one block. Got it?
Yeah.
And so, let's say you get a first aid spray. Cool. Now you have a 6 next to that block. Or 6 next to your block gauge, because it doesn't just heal you fully, it gives you like little tic tacs that you can take, which recover 1 block every time you use them. So instead of like, I have 1 block left, here's my first aid spray, it's, I have 1 block left, I have to take 6 of this. I have to press this button 6 times. And that's it for everything, dude. That's it with herbs, it's it with the first aid, like,
I guess so that if you want to heal yourself, you don't want to overheal.
But
it seems unnecessary.
It's so slow. And it's so slow and cumbersome, and it's like a way of making the game... Like, the Resident Evil games have always been, like, let's make the game harder by terrible controls. But this is like something where it's just terrible and clearly not done for an effect. It's just a bad idea.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I didn't like 5 all that much, because the inventory system was all effed up.
Yeah, it was real bad.
You had the fun attaché case.
Which was... everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, you're just like, I got a briefcase. This makes sense. But in 5, it was just like, you got this many slots. Better make use of it.
And they adopted a bizarre, darker Demon Souls-style system of, it doesn't pause. This doesn't pause the game. No, that was in 5, dude.
Really?
In 5, going to the menu didn't pause it.
I don't remember that.
Dude, it's true. You have to go to your case. That's why Mercenaries was 10 times harder. Because you couldn't pause the game to go, like, grab your first aid spray or change to a shotgun.
Well, wasn't everything supposed to be, like, hotkeyed or whatever? I don't know. I don't really care that much.
The point is, I wasn't rushing out to get 6 because my friend John, who is a Resident Evil huge fanatic, said it was the first game... Sorry, I meant 6. He said 6 was the first...
6.
Okay, good. 6 was the first game he ever returned, which is still the funniest thing I've ever heard.
No, that is really funny.
Because he was a huge fan, and he just couldn't do it at all.
Well, especially imagining John doing it.
He's like, I need to return this.
This does not live up to expectations.
I'm sorry, this is not going to do it for me.
Guys, you know what is going to do it for you? For you. This
for week. You.
Guys, welcome back to the show.
Guys, fall is in full spring.
It's falling down.
I'm getting a little sick, guys. I've got to be straightforward with you. I think it's because of all the intimate time I spend with all of your mothers. I think that's what caused it. Some of them were sick.
Oh, wow.
A lot of them were sick. And it's because of this fall weather, this crisp fall weather, you know.
Dude, it sounds like you're kind of like a disease vector then.
Oh, yeah. I'm like patient zero. What is it?
Don't say that.
I'm like that guy, Santa Claus. He goes around to everyone's house, gives them gifts.
Yeah, that's still kind of wrong, but better.
Okay. But yeah, I talk to everyone's mom, and I do. It's like a parent-teacher thing, and I'm like, here's the aspects that your child should be improving when it comes to listening to our show.
Okay, that's good.
They often come back to me with a lot of questions like, who are you? And how did you get through my chimney?
Good questions, both.
Yes, great questions. And the answer is always, that's not the point.
Be quiet.
You got to listen to me. This isn't actually a question answer thing.
Stop it.
And, that's how it is. Guys, fall blows because it means that winter's coming. And winter's bad.
Get in all your Game of Thrones jokes.
Winter is really cold, which is why I don't care for that. So we should all move to California, and that'll be great. That's my plan. So with a kind donation of approximately $14,000, I can move there and then live there for several months. Thank you. Please respond. Community.
You good?
Are you going to talk about anything?
I was waiting for you to finish your tremendous...
All right.
Your tremendously great speech.
Consider it finished.
That you were giving. Because here's what I kind of want to do.
You want to play a word association game?
No.
Whale.
Cry.
All right. I think you've been abused. I think that's what we've learned from this game.
Probably. Now, here's the thing. I kind of want to go because, guys, as you said, fall's coming, and that means one thing for us here in Sunstown.
Pumpkins.
No.
Hold on.
No, I'm just going to say what it is. That means that all the big AAA releases are coming out soon,
or have already,
or already out.
Guys, I know a lot of you saying, "Why aren't you playing Grand Theft Auto 5?" And the answer is, I don't know.
I don't have it.
I don't have it either.
I probably would if I had it, but I don't, so I won't.
What are we, guys who own stuff? Come on.
So here's what I kind of want to do. I want to give you a rundown of some of the games that are coming out in the next couple months. I want you to tell me all about what you think.
All right, I'll give you a rating from 1 to 10, and then everything I think about it.
I won't name all of them. I won't do that. But if there's something that obviously sticks out to me, I want to get your opinion and see what you feel.
All right, I'm going to be judging each of these games, compared to how much I would enjoy them compared to a delicious pumpkin pie.
Okay, good call.
So if I would like it less than a pumpkin pie, you'll hear about it, guys.
That's good. So, we're going to start off. The one you probably care about the most that's coming out the soonest is, there's a new Disgaea game coming out. Disgaea D2, A Brighter Darkness.
Yeah, you actually saw Epic Name Bro play that briefly.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
I thought that was the third one.
No. It's the direct sequel to Disgaea, and it's going to be pretty rad. I've actually been in a real mood for those kind of games, and I just haven't been around to play them yet. So I'm going to give that game a slightly better than Pumpkin Pie out of 10.
You can't beat it.
Pretty good.
You got the new Pokemon X and Y?
I'm somewhat interested in that, but I don't have an X and Y playing machine, so I can't really... Dude, here's the deal. Recently I went into a forum for Pokemon stuff, and I realized that those games are still largely played by children, and that if you're an adult on those forums, you should, I don't know what you should do, but I hope you understand that. Because I'm always worried there's going to be some cool adult on one of those forums who's like, haha, I'm a Pokemon master, children. And I just wanted to be like...
I'm the master of Pokemon.
I just mean there should probably be forums for just adults for Pokemon. And not in adults 18 only. You know what I mean?
I have seen some of those.
Of course. Everything exists like that. But you know what I mean. Because I'm sure there's a lot of, adult Pokemon masters.
Yeah, naturally.
And they need their own hangout.
Let's see. Here's one that you talked about a little bit. Battlefield 4 is coming out at the end of October.
I was actually wondering, do you have an exact date on that?
The 29th. It's coming out the same day as Black Flag.
Well, I super don't care about Black Flag. That I will tell you.
Yeah, because we didn't play...
Is it the 25th? No.
29th.
Okay, sorry. I'm putting it on my calendar, guys. Because I am going to buy that. I'm actually looking forward to... I know, guys, I said I wasn't...
getting it for compy?
Yeah, totally. I know, guys, I was like, there's no way I'm buying this. I literally said it on the show. But there's a real way I'm going to buy that. Because there's not really too much other...
There's a very conceivable way in which I will purchase this.
Like, there's not really much else I care about around this time. And
that's why I kind of why I wanted to go through this list.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on around there. And like I said, I think I said last week, one of my friends is going to get it. So, not that you guys care about my personal why I'm going to buy things. But I will. I still am. I'm still unhappy they're doing it yearly like this. But I'm going to deal with it. They did reintroduce commanding though for 4, which I'm super jazzed about. But this is going to sound dumb. This kind of feels like the Battlefield 2 of the new engine, which is how I'm going to make myself not cry to sleep when I spend all that money.
Well, what's important is that you have a plan.
Yeah, bad plan, but a plan.
There's a new Sonic game coming out.
Which one?
Sonic Lost World.
Okay.
It's Wii U and 3DS.
Is it gonna be the same game for both systems?
Probably.
Because you see that a lot with like Vita and PlayStation 3.
Not so much with Vita and PlayStation 3, but you do see a lot of that with Wii U and 3DS. Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, the new Batman Arkham game is coming out.
Arkham, hold on, Origins.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys,
dude, I still haven't played.
Still have not played either. I own both of them.
I hear they're very good, and everyone likes them.
They're excellent. And I just, I
hear the Catwoman DLC for Arkham City is incredibly good.
It was, okay. Let's take a jump into D. Marks's brain real quick. What version of the word good are we using here? Because there's many. Are we talking good as opposed to not bad? Answer yes or no right here.
Yes.
Okay. So do you mean it only in this context?
Of course.
Okay. Well, that wasn't as exploratory as I thought it would be, but I'm fairly sure I'm being lied to.
What? I don't know what you'd even like that. But yeah, so that's coming out. Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. I know you've been looking forward to that.
Whoa, is that coming out for the Atari 2600?
Dude, it's coming out the same day as Battlefield 4.
Well, I know what I'm waiting in line for.
Dude,
I wish I was the guy who was there waiting in line, being like, "Do you guys have the Pac-Man game?" Everyone's like, "Get out of line!"
All right, let's see what we got here.
Wearing like a Pac-Man outfit.
Yeah.
Be like, "Oh, you guys are all here for Pac-Man too, eh? That's cool."
Let's see. Oh, we got the new Call of Duty game, which I don't care about at all.
What's that one? Ghosts?
Yeah, Ghosts.
I feel as though I think there's 2 announced. Isn't there another one being announced?
Not that I saw.
All right. Take it back.
Then the 15th of November is when the PS4 is coming out. So you got a bunch of releases. You have the new Killzone game, which I'm not going to play.
Not going to play that.
Mostly because I don't have the thing.
I'm also, and I'm not going to, I don't have any intention of buying. Guys, I recently realized that I never have bought a console on launch in my life. And I'm not going to start. So, what else you got? Killzone? No. I don't know who they think it, like, has anyone really ever been that crazy about Killzone?
Dude, it's supposed to be like a Gears killer, but there's no way it can compete.
It originally was supposed to be a Halo killer.
Well, yeah, but then...
And then it didn't do that because Halo is still the most successful franchise of any of them. Gears of War is still crap, and as far as I'm concerned, Killzone's better. But I never, like, they're putting it as a launch title. Like, I would say maybe Resistance Fall of Man is more popular than Killzone at this point.
Dude, yeah, I think the last one was a launch title too. I think Killzone 2 was a launch.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Then you have Watch Dogs. That I am looking forward to.
Yeah, that one.
Watch Dogs looks really cool.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a big deal. It actually looks a lot more like Deus Ex than I thought it would.
Yeah,
like, just from the HUD style.
It's supposed to be cyber future, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and you know me, I hate the future, so I can't play it.
Yeah, but you do everything on a cell phone.
Well, I changed my mind.
The
inclusion of cell phones allows me to relate to this game.
Let's see what else we got. Oh, Dead Rising 3. It's coming out for the Xbox One when it's released. That's a launch title.
Can we put that out for PC, please? Because I'd play that. I would.
It probably will come out for PC eventually.
Yeah.
Forza 5. That's coming out.
That's going to be rad. But I'm not buying an Xbox One, period. So I'm never going to play that one ever. So that's sad. Way to make me sad.
And then shortly after that comes Gran Turismo 6, which also would probably be cool.
I haven't actually played a Gran Turismo game since 4, I think. Did 4 come out for the PlayStation 3? Okay, I think I haven't played one since... I actually think I haven't played one since 3. But Gran Turismo is great, but I'm not going to buy a PlayStation 4 for 2 or 3 years, so whatever. By then it'll be only $10.
Yeah, there you go.
The other game that I'm looking forward to, guys, which I know we talk about this crap all the time, but I actually looked up the date for it. Dark Souls 2 is coming out March 11th, 2014.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's not coming out anytime soon.
I don't know why it's taking so long. They talked about it at TGS or whatever it was, the Japanese thing.
The girly show.
Whatever the gaming show is in Japan, because Epic Name Bro, who's a YouTube guy. I know I mentioned him 10 times already, but he's a YouTube guy, and he actually got to go and to that convention and play some of the games, and that one specifically. And I'm super jealous of him, but I thought that meant the game was coming out soon. It's already playable. Just give me the game.
Dude, it's because they're doing the same thing that they did with...
Give me the game!
They're doing the same thing that they did with Bioshock. They're pushing it back to keep it away from the...
yeah.
The major launch.
I always hate that because I always feel that the audiences aren't overlapping, but I think I'm wrong about that too. Because I still see Rome 2 at the top of the charts, and I know that people who aren't just Total War fans are buying it.
Yeah, I think the people who are doing that kind of stuff know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they've probably studied this kind of thing.
I want to make fun of these people in the suits who are glad-handing, slapping the butts, but they got their system down, And
you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah,
that's what I always say.
Grease those palms, lather up those washing poles, all those things to make it ahead in this business world.
That sounds right to me.
But yeah, dude, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, just
no, guys. I've really been in kind of a ditch, a release ditch, because I don't care about anything since Rome 2 failed to deliver. I'm now here in the ditch, waiting for something to bring me out of this ditch.
Dude, that's probably harsh. We were all a little let down.
But are you in a ditch?
No.
Well, I'm in a ditch, and that's why I need Battlefield 4 to get me out. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, you kind of...
Because that game didn't suck on launch. Just the servers were down the first day, which was hilarious.
Well, that's because probably everyone was playing.
That's because everyone was playing it. But that game was pretty good on launch, honestly. So I'm expecting
most games are good on launch, I would say.
Dude, that's a sad conclusion I've realized. Is that because I played Saints Row 4, and I'm this game runs so good.
Yeah.
And that it's just because I'm used to Rome 2 still being awful.
Dude, because
it bothers me so much. Dude, I want it to be good.
Dude, the thing is, you buy a game nowadays. You buy a console game. You buy it fresh out of the box. You put it in, there's already a new update you have to get.
Yeah, dude. And I know it's hard to make a PC game, but gosh darn it, I wish it wasn't this way. I just want that game to run, son.
It runs slightly better.
Dude, it's still a lot of patching there, dude. And it's just hard. It's hard for me to endure this sadness in my heart.
And you know what I say? I say it's not going to be worth it.
It's going to be worth it in 3 months, man.
Dude, but I just don't think it's going to be as good as Fall of the Samurai will be. I think at its peak, it's just not going to be as good.
It's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, but come on, man.
Come on, man. It's going to be really good. You just don't know because you're so able to see clearly into how bad it is right now. And that's not fair of anyone, okay?
How dare you?
You're seeing the game for what it is, and that's not all right. Be in my eyeballs.
How dare you honestly reflect?
That are covered in a filter of hope and dreams and dashed hopes and dashed dreams.
You might want to get all that looked at. That sounds unpleasant at best.
I have to wear glasses. another pair for these things.
One of them's rose-colored, one of them's super rose-colored.
Dude, guys, whatever. Here's the thing. Here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna break away from the norm, and I want to put out an offer to the audience. And guys, it's gonna sound weird.
The first person to buy us whatever games we want will get a hearty email saying thank you.
No,
that's it.
But I didn't actually bring this up with you, but I've been thinking about it. Guys, there's often weeks where we take off because we got stuff to do. We can't do a show that week. And so, guys, what I've been trying to do, but I can't do it because I'm so busy, is I've always wanted to do like a best of compilation of everything's, right? And so I'm going to announce it here on the show.
Okay.
Guys, I would love it if any of our audience ever wanted to do like a favorite moments of the Suns or like a compilation of all the speed reviews we ever did. Anything like that. Here's the deal, guys. Consider yourself a mercenary. Because if you were to make that and give it to me, I'll pay you $50 if we use it. Okay?
Really?
It's like America's Funniest Home Videos. Yeah, dude. Because I realize that I just don't have the time to go through this. And I really want that kind of stuff to be made. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
I want to see it be done. So I'm putting an offer out to you guys, the listeners. All right?
That's 50 smackerdinos.
If we use it, guys. And we almost definitely would use it if you made it. But like, because I know if like we got more than like 6, I'd be like, I can't pay you $50.
I can't do this.
But if we use it, which we would maybe, you know,
we would think about it.
I would really love it. I would love to see that kind of things. We've been trying to get this stuff done, but I just never have the time to do it. So whatever. I just wanted to put it out there, guys. Consider making it. If you have favorite moments, compilate them, and then fillet them.
I really can't say that.
Really?
Yeah.
I like fillets though. What's wrong with fillets?
We're gonna have to have a talk after the show. I feel like the FCC is gonna come down on us.
All these websites were wrong. Guys, send us emails though.
Comments on our YouTubes.
Comment on our iTunes with a review.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Tell all your friends that you love us. And
dude, imagine how psyched you would be, listener.
What?
If you showed your friends, I made this podcast.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool, actually.
And then you took your parents out to a nice dinner with $49 and kept $1 for yourself.
Guys, wouldn't that be a treat?
That would be a treat.
Dude, think about it. What? You could buy yourself a shiny new video game for $50.
That's true. But you know what? We're going to give him a treat right now.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to give him the speed reviews. Tom, this is the top 10 best Donkey Kong games.
Oh, yeah.
Number 10, Donkey Kong 3.
Donkey Kong 3 is when they finally got that formula right. Donkey Kong 1 was sluggish at best. Donkey Kong 2, even sluggier. Donkey Kong 3 was a masterclass in that Donkey Kong formula. 10 out of 10. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat.
Donkey Kong Jungle Beat is magnum opus about the hazards of domestic violence, especially in the jungle. It's a 10 out of 10. Number 8, Donkey Kong 64.
Donkey Kong 64 was the game. It was made for Nintendo 64, and it was a classic game that basically was just Banjo-Kazooie with a monkey instead of Banjo. So that's terrible. 1 out of 10. Donkey Kong Game Boy.
Yeah, boy. This is a game that they tried to release to the urban market, so it's very popular with black youths. It's a 10 out of 10. Number 6, Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
There's no debate. That Italian guy's gonna get stuffed by that gorilla. Are you kidding me? He's a monster, and that guy just likes to plumb, man. This is nonsense. 0 out of 10. Donkey Kong Jr.
If I knew any T-Rex Jr. songs, I would make a joke about that here. 10 out of 10. Number 4, Donkey Konga.
Donkey Konga is that game that's like Taiko Drum Master, except actually it's exactly like it, and there's no difference at all. So it's not Taiko Drum Master, though, so it gets 0 out of 10. Donkey Kong Country Returns.
You thought you were safe. You thought you could escape the Donkey Kong Country. But you were wrong. That's why it gets a 9 out of 10. Number 2, Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country is obviously the best Donkey Kong game, and why is it number 2? Who knows? I guess the world isn't fair. So you're just going to have to deal with that, I guess. It's a 10 out of 10. Number 1, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong's a game about climbing briefly is anywhere near as good as about Donkey Kong Country.
Nonsense.
I'll laugh about that. Guys, we did it once again. We'll see you next week.
We did it.